everyone, it's Nicole Hanna here, Nicole Hanna Jewelry and YouTube's Go Art Yourself. And today I thought I'd share with you my July gallery of work, all the pieces I finished last month. Most of these were custom orders. And I did have a couple questions that were submitted on previous videos that I thought I would address in this video. The first question is, why don't you use argentium or silver wire? I do use silver on occasion, and I prefer a half-hard fine silver when I use it, but really I tend to reserve the use of silver for custom orders in which it's requested. Personally, I'm not a fan of the look. I like the warmth of copper much more than the sort of industrial coldness I often associate with silver. It's still a beautiful metal, of course, but I don't often think my work is best showcased by its use, so I tend to stick with the warm metals like copper or bronze for my work personally. Do you always include a chain with your pieces? How do you pick your chains, and do you ever make your own? I do try to include a chain or a cord of some sort. I honestly don't overthink it when I choose something because I find that a lot of customers are very particular about the chains that they'll use and will often switch them out anyway. My main requirement is that it's functional and complementary to the metal. So if I have a copper pendant, I choose a copper chain. But beyond this, I don't really worry about the specifics. I've made chains in the past, but honestly, it's not a strength of mine. I'm very slow at it. They're very time consuming, and it usually pushes the price of my items far past what I like to offer my customer base. So unless I'm crafting something for a customer request, I will usually purchase and provide a manufactured chain. My goal is always to provide affordable pieces, affordable focals and statement pieces, and purchasing a ready-to-wear chain really allows me to do this because otherwise my prices would skyrocket. The last question, which is going to be the bulk of this video, is a big question, and it was asked whether or not you can make a living out of this. Now, it's a complicated question with a layered set of possible answers. The short answer is yes. Yes, you can make a living selling your creative work. There are a lot of factors involved in running a business that extend far beyond the talent it takes to create a product. First, you really have to ask yourself how much you're expecting to make. Whether or not you can make a living isn't really the same thing as making an X amount of money. It's good to have goals in a business plan, but ultimately the market is a really fickle beast, so there's no guarantee you're going to reach a designated financial mark. Recognizing the level of investment, both in time and money, that your business will require is also a huge part of how successful you can be selling your work. Having a strong voice in your work, which allows it to be easily identified by your audience, is also really important. This is often referred to as branding, and it doesn't just include the stylization of your product, but also of your storefront, photography, your packaging, and sort of creating a cohesive whole among all of these elements. The most important factor, even beyond what you're actually creating, who your audience is and how you choose to reach them. You can sell anything, and you can make a business selling anything because there's an audience for everything. So the real work starts by finding your audience. Of course, I am not versed in the really broad spectrum of marketing or branding, and I only know what's worked for me and my product working within the confines that I work within, and how you run your business and how successful you are at that will differ greatly from how others experience the same thing. So really, yes, you can make a living, and no, you don't even have to supplement that income. If you keep your income expectations realistic and learn everything you really can about branding and marketing your product. So there's just 3 quick questions this month on the gallery of work video. But if you have other questions that you'd like me to address, please be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to talk about them next month. I've got a lot of new videos coming out this month, and in the